You didn't do anything wrong. Say it back to yourself, because by the end of this video, you're going to believe it. If you're new here, welcome. This is The Unseen Mind, where we decode exactly what is running inside the human mind. The trained flinch. Let's start with the thing nobody says out loud. Guilt is not proof that you did something wrong. Guilt is just a feeling. It's chemical. It's a reflex. And reflexes can be trained wrong. Same way a dog can be trained to flinch at a sound that never actually hurt it. Somewhere along the line, you got trained to flinch at the word no. Somebody, somewhere, a parent, an ex, a boss, a friend who only showed up when you had something to give, taught your nervous system that setting a limit equals danger. Not physical danger, relational danger. The danger of being seen as difficult, selfish, cold, ungrateful. And your brain, being the loyal little survival machine it is, decided the safest move was to just never say no in the first place. Damn near genius if it wasn't wrecking your life. Here's the mechanism, and it's got a name. Fawning. Fight, flight, freeze. You've heard those. Fawn is the fourth one, and it's the one nobody talks about because it doesn't look like trauma. It looks like being easygoing. It looks like being the reasonable one. It looks like you at 11 p.m. exhausted, agreeing to one more favor because the thought of disappointing someone feels worse than the thought of running yourself into the ground. Fawning is what happens when a person learns early that their worth is conditional on their usefulness. You weren't loved for existing. You were loved, or at least tolerated, for performing. And performance doesn't get days off. So the second you try to set an actual boundary, some deep old part of your brain screams that you're about to lose the love you worked so hard to earn. That's not weakness. That's a survival strategy that made perfect sense when you were 7 and powerless, and makes zero sense now that you're a grown-ass adult who can leave a room whenever he wants. There's also a physical piece to this that nobody explains, and it matters, so stay with me. Guilt after a boundary isn't just psychological, it's got a body attached to it. Tight chest, stomach drop. That specific flavor of dread that makes you want to text back, actually never mind, it's fine, just to make the discomfort stop. That's your nervous system trying to shortcut its way back to safety the fastest way it knows how, which is capitulation. It worked before, so it's the first move it reaches for now. But here's the thing about a nervous system. It can be retrained the same way it got trained in the first place, through repetition, not through insight. You can understand every mechanism in this video perfectly and still feel your stomach drop the next time you say no to somebody. That's not failure. That's the old wiring firing on schedule. The difference between the man who stays stuck and the man who actually changes isn't that one of them stops feeling the guilt. It's that one of them keeps moving anyway, boundary after boundary, until the body finally catches up to what the mind already knows. Give it reps, not perfection. The slot machine. Now let's talk about the people who benefit from you never figuring that out, because some of them know exactly what they're doing. This is where intermittent reinforcement comes in, and if you've ever dated, worked for, or grown up with someone who ran hot and cold, you already know this pattern in your bones, even if you never had a name for it. The reward isn't constant, it's random. Warmth, then distance. Praise, then silence. And random rewards are the most addictive kind there is. Ask any slot machine. When someone gives you affection unpredictably, your brain doesn't relax, it locks in. You start chasing the good version of them like it's a jackpot, and every boundary you don't set is a coin in that machine. The people running this, sometimes on purpose, sometimes because it's the only relational language they know, count on your guilt to keep the machine running. They don't need to punish you for setting a limit. They just need you to feel like hell for a few hours after you do it, and you'll do their work for them next time by not setting one at all. The concern mask. And then there's the guilt trip disguised as concern, which might be the slickest move in the whole damn playbook. I'm not mad. I'm just worried about you. I just think you've changed. I guess I just expected more from you. None of that is a factual statement. All of it is a mirror aimed at your insecurity dressed up as care. Real concern asks questions. Manufactured guilt makes statements, flat, final, designed to make you scramble to prove them wrong by folding back into whatever shape they liked better. The tell is simple. Does the concern come with an easy exit ramp, like of course you know your own life best, or does it only stop once you've abandoned the boundary you just tried to set? If it's the second one, that wasn't concern. That was leverage, and you got played by somebody who's had a lot of practice. Let's also talk about the specific move people use when your first no doesn't stick the way they wanted, because it rarely ends at the first ask. It escalates. First comes the innocent question again, like maybe you misunderstood the request the first time. Then comes the sigh, the pause, the wow, okay, that does more damage than a full sentence ever could. Then, if you're still holding, comes the comparison. Well, I would have done it for you. Engineered to make you feel like you're failing some invisible scoreboard of loyalty that was never agreed to in the first place. This is escalating social pressure stacked on manufactured debt, and it works on decent men specifically, because decent men actually care about fairness. That's not a flaw in you. That's a virtue somebody figured out how to lean on. The fix isn't becoming a man who stops caring about fairness. The fix is recognizing when fairness is being used as a leash instead of an actual principle, and naming that difference to yourself in real time. The debt you're still paying. Here's the part that's going to sting a little, so brace yourself. A lot of the guilt you feel isn't even about the other person. It's about the story you've been telling yourself about who you have to be worth keeping around. If your identity is built on being the dependable one, the one who never causes drama, the one who always shows up, then a boundary doesn't just inconvenience the other person, it threatens the whole architecture of how you see yourself. That's why saying no can feel less like disappointing a friend and more like betraying your own reputation. But ask yourself something honest. Whose approval are you actually protecting when you override your own limits? Because half the time, it's not even the person in front of you. It's a ghost. A parent who's been gone for years. A version of yourself from middle school who got laughed at for asking for too much. You're not managing today's relationship. You're still managing a debt from 20 years ago, and nobody's collecting it but you. So let's flip it, because knowing the trap isn't enough. You need to know what to do inside it. The guilt is going to show up. That's not optional. It's muscle memory, and muscle memory doesn't disappear because you understood a video. What's optional is whether you treat the guilt as information or as instruction. Information means, interesting, my body's uncomfortable, that tracks, I've never done this before. Instruction means, this feeling is bad, so I better undo the thing that caused it. That second move is the one that's been running your whole life up to now, and it's the one you're allowed to stop obeying starting tonight. You don't need the guilt to go away before you set the boundary. You need to set the boundary while the guilt is still sitting right there next to you, uncomfortable, loud, annoying. And let it lose its authority, the same way every feeling loses authority once you stop treating it like a command. And look, some of you are going to hear all this and think the answer is to armor up completely. Stop explaining yourself, stop caring how it lands, go full stone wall. That's not strength. That's just the fawning reflex wearing a different costume. A boundary isn't a wall. It's a door with a lock on the inside. You decide who gets a key and when. You're allowed to say no with warmth. You're allowed to say not this time without a paragraph justification attached to it like an apology tour. The healthiest version of this isn't cold. It's calm. Calm is what happens when you stop needing the other person's reaction to tell you whether your decision was valid. Here's the darkly funny part, the part that'll make you laugh, even though it's true. The people who respect you the least are usually the ones who complain the loudest when you finally grow a spine. Because your lack of boundaries was working out great for them. It's not that they hate the new you. It's that they miss the version of you that never made them work for anything. Watch who sticks around after you start saying no. That's your real answer key. Everyone else was just enjoying the buffet, and the buffet's closed now. One last thing before the close, because it's the part that actually sticks. Every boundary you hold, even the small dumb ones, declining a hangout you don't want, telling someone their comment wasn't okay, Not answering a message at midnight because you're done for the day is a deposit into a version of yourself that doesn't flinch anymore. Nobody wakes up one day just naturally immune to guilt. They build it, transaction by transaction, no by no, until the old reflex finally goes quiet because it stopped getting fed. You're not trying to feel nothing. You're trying to feel the guilt, respect that it's there, and do the right thing anyway. That's the whole game. That's the entire damn game. If something in this video just hit you like a truck, drop it in the comments. I want to know which point broke you. And subscribe if you haven't yet, because what we cover next is going to make tonight's video feel like a damn warm-up. Here's what I want you to sit with tonight. How many boundaries have you skipped just to avoid a feeling that would have passed in 20 minutes anyway?